What's up guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Ariel if you didn't know. So today's video is going to be all about how to be a better lash artist. So with 2021 approaching, I think it's time for all of us to think back on 2020 and kind of just like figure out what we could do to be better. Just be better lash artists, better customer service people, better people, better everything. So yeah, let's get into it. So the first thing I want to do is I want to answer one of my subscribers' comments down in my other video below. She had commented a question, and I said in my previous video that I would be answering someone's question in the next video. So make sure you guys don't forget to comment your questions down below and I will be answering them. I do go in the comments and answer them as well, but I will answer one question in the next video that I do. Okay, so this question was from Colleen Nishwanger. I'm so sorry if I'm butchering that. Okay, so she is a lash tech in Colorado, and she said that she is struggling with a client that opens her eyes to scroll through social media, and she said, I'm not I guess like a conflicting person at all. I just don't know how to deal with this. Okay, so this is kind of in line with what I'm going to talk to you guys about today. I have like a bunch of points, so basically we'll start with the first point, and it's basically don't be a pushover. So I'm not calling Colleen a pushover because she's not. That's not what I mean. What I mean is don't let your clients push you over, because that's not cool, and that kind of allows them to do things like this because you're not saying anything about it, so therefore they think they can kind of continue behavior like that. And this is something that I'm dealing with personally right now as well, and I'm learning to kind of like put my foot down and draw the line and just don't let things like this happen, because once they come into your space, you are in control and you need to be the one to say, hey, no, don't do that. Like Colleen, girl, I'm just like you. Like I literally used to do this too. I had a client that did the same thing, and she would open her eyes and be like, oh, can I just like check my phone really quick? I'm like, no, what? And I would like freak out inside, but I wouldn't like say it. I'd be like so nice about it. I'd be like, oh my gosh, no girl, oh my gosh, your eyes, I don't want you to burn. If you don't want to like say it like up front and say it kind of bold the way you should say it, because I know I'm like that too, you just have to kind of be like, oh my gosh girl, if you open it's gonna burn and it's gonna kind of ruin the placement of the lashes, and I really want to get you out of here as quick as possible, so let's just kind of keep your eyes closed and let me know if you absolutely need to open, and I'll untape you and everything. But if you don't have to open, please just don't open. So it's not necessarily what you say, it's kind of how you say it. So just kind of say it in a way that doesn't make you look like a bad person, but kind of gets the message across, like, girl, don't open your eyes, don't do it. So that's kind of like my first tip, is don't be a pushover. Aside from your client opening their eyes during their set, there are so many things that clients try to get away with, and you cannot let that happen, because at the end of the day, it is your business, your service, your money. You need to be in charge and you need to say, no, this is not okay. So for instance, I had a client recently, and she had a lot happening. A lot was going on. I find around Christmas, around the holidays, you get a lot of clients that really try you. Like they really try you. This client in particular, she had a lot to say. she actually would get up and go take a smoke break in between. So this is the client where you got to kind of be like, you're a one and done. You know, in that sense, I'm not going to take her back, but let's just say I were to take her back and she tried to get up and go for a smoke break again, I would just be like, hey, you know what, unfortunately, like I'm not unable to stop right away for smoke breaks. If it's okay with you, can we just continue and I'll get you out of here as soon as possible. Be as nice as you possibly can. Kill them with kindness, but do not be a pushover. Don't let clients take advantage of you. Don't let them take advantage of your kindness. If you kill them with kindness, they have no choice but to listen to you. It's just fact. Like, just get your point across by being overly nice. That is my best advice for that. Dealing with clients that have issues. Like another instance, let's see. Oh, I had one client that would talk with her whole face. Like everything would just move. She'd be talking like steady, moving up her hands, her face would move, everything would move. And I was just like, oh my gosh, girl, like I'm so sorry, like can you just like stay still for 1 second? Like I want to hear your story, but like just give me 1 second, let me just put this lash on. And to be honest, she kind of just stayed quiet after that, or she would just minimize how much she moved. You just kind of let them know why. Just like be like, oh my god, you're moving and I can't get the lash on just right, just give me like 1 sec, let me just apply the lash and then finish up your story. Or like just be like, oh, you know what, when we're done, just tell me, I'm so sorry, like I just want to make sure I can get you out of here as soon as possible. So make sure that you're giving them the idea that whatever you're doing is to benefit them. Like I'm trying to help you, so help me help you. You know what I mean? That's just the best way to go about it. Okay, so Colleen, I hope I answered your question, and on to my next tip. This is a thing that bothers me and irks me, and I can't deal with this. But I personally think if you're getting your lashes done and someone's doing your lashes, you need to lash every lash. That is the point of going to get your lashes done, getting a full volume, getting a full classic. You need to lash every lash because that will help your client's retention. It'll help the look of the overall lashes, and it's just the way to do it. I cannot stand when people lash every other lash or keep lashing in chunks and then there's a bunch of lashes in between but you can't see them, so it doesn't matter. I can't stand that because once that one fan falls out, then there's like this big gap. That's not cool. So then now the client has to come faster and then you have to do more work, but then you're not doing more work because you're really still lashing every other lash or not lashing all the lashes. It bothers me so much. So I personally think to give your clients that extra unique touch, lash every lash, because it's actually super common not to lash every lash. And even though it takes a bit longer, the outcome is 10 times nicer, 10 times better. Your clients are going to be so much more thankful and they're going to realize why it took much longer, because you have more lashes on now than you did when you went to the last lash tech. So that is a huge tip for me, lash every lash. My next tip is basically, all these tips are going to be a lot more on like dealing with clients, but one of my biggest tips is educate your clients. This kind of goes to my second tip too, which is also like build relationships. So building relationships helps in a huge way. I personally have a great relationship with my regular clients. I know their lives pretty well. I know their problems. I know what to talk to them about, but it's because I built this relationship with them for so long now, and these things happen. And sometimes you can build a relationship in like 2-3 sessions just because you're talkative, you're asking the right questions, you're open. As long as they know you're open, they're willing to talk. But my point here is that if you're building a relationship, one of the best ways to build a relationship is to educate your client. So if you're educating your client, you're building that respect in your client for you as a lash artist, and they're more willing to confide in you, be loyal to you, and respect you. And that's one of the biggest things. If you want to have consistent clients, you want to have a larger scale of clients, you want to have repeating clients. Like at the end of the day, that's what it is. You want to have clients that keep coming, clients that recommend, clients that refer, all that kind of stuff. It's all about building a relationship and building that foundation with your client, and a lot of the times it starts by educating your client. If you can teach your client something that they didn't know, especially the ones who've been getting their lashes done a long time, that's the best way to kind of like open the door for them to be like, damn, she knows a lot. Like, why haven't I been going to her? Like, she's so educated, she knows, she's not gonna damage my lashes. Like, that's the best way to kind of build their trust and start building that like client loyalty. And from then on, usually that's where it starts. You start building that relationship. They're inclined to kind of open up to you. They're inclined to think like, hey, like, I value you as a lash artist. And then these are the things that actually allow your clients to, that word respect is so valuable and means so much. It's not just about them saying, hey, you know, like my lash artist is great, like you should go to her. It's about those clients that'll actually be like, oh my god, I'm not gonna be late for her, I'm not gonna no-show, I'm gonna let her know way in advance, because they respect you, they respect your time, and they value you, so they don't want to take advantage of you. And I always say this, my regular clients will never disrespect me. Like, if I ever get disrespect, like if a client doesn't show, if a client doesn't like appreciate my time, if they take advantage of my time, most of the time it's new clients. Like 95% of the time it's new clients. My reoccurring clients, my regular clients, they have a relationship with me and I have a relationship with them where there's that give and take. We accommodate each other, but no one's taking advantage. Like, I won't just like cancel a client and they won't just no-show. Like, there's none of that. And a lot of people want to know how to stop no-shows, how to stop last minute cancellations. It's hard when it's a new client, but you start from that first interaction. You start educating, you start building that loyalty, building that respect, and getting them to value you, and chances are they're not going to no-show on you. Chances are they're not going to waste your time, really and truly. And that all comes back down to not being a pushover. If you are a pushover and they sense that you're a pushover and you want them as a client and they know that you need them as a client, chances are they're gonna no-show and not give a crap about you. That's usually what happens. And we all go through it. We've all been through that beginning phase where you have like 5 no-shows in a week, which is unheard of, but heard of. Like, it's ridiculous how many times you can have a no-show. Even after as many like years as I have been doing lashes, I still have no-shows. But I will say again, it's mostly clients that I don't know and I've never had and don't know me as a person. So it's hard to disappoint somebody that you actually know versus someone you can't put a name or a face to. So definitely build that relationship with your clients to maintain like that long lasting clientele. You know what I mean? Okay, my last tip is something I value, I think is so important, and it has gotten me so far, is build your portfolio. Don't be afraid to change something. For me, my portfolio is my Instagram account. It doesn't have to be your Instagram account. It can be anything. It depends on where you get your flow of traffic from. It could be referrals. It could be I don't know, websites, it could be Facebook, it could be Twitter, it could be whatever, right? But mine's Instagram, and my portfolio's on Instagram. A lot of people's lash portfolios are on their Instagram accounts. And because that is the way of life now, you need to put your heart and soul into it. So make sure that you're taking the time and you are not just posting to post, you're posting value, you're posting aesthetically pleasing value, you're posting things that people are intrigued by. You want to make sure you're connecting to each type of future client. You want to make sure that you're captivating your current clients or your current followers by posting something that's valuable, that has a tip that they can learn from. And then you want to make sure you're posting something from new clients, potential new clients, something that's more like aesthetically pleasing, something that's like a really nice close-up shot of a set you did, or of like a client posing, or like a client selfie. Client selfies go a long way. Post client selfies. Yeah, make sure you have something that's like, I hate this, but it does. It has to be aesthetically pleasing. Try and get a theme. Try and have something going through your page that looks good, that makes people want to flow down, that makes people want to click on pictures, and just kind of like get them remembering who you are, remembering your name. And that way, those people that constantly go through your page or have gone through a number of pictures and stuff are probably going to try and contact you in some way or another. So your portfolio is so important. If you have to do free clients to get photos, especially in pandemic, if you have to lash your mom, you have to lash your sister, lash anybody, and start building your portfolio bigger and bigger. So when you get out of pandemic, or even whatever in 2021, like whatever the case is, like, people are going to come to you. You have to set yourself up for success in 2021. So even though we're in this rut, we're in a lockdown, we're in whatever, you need to make sure you're still doing things that are going to have people still coming to your page, still knowing your name, learning who you are, still provide content. Even though I'm not like lashing the way I'm normally lashing, I'm still putting content out. I'm still posting on my social media, like I'm doing lashes regularly. You need to make sure you're still having a flow of things so people have something to come look at, and that you can like, they can get a fresh perspective of what you're still doing. Like I said, even if it's like a mannequin head, get a mannequin head, get anything that you can lash on, and just keep posting content. Okay guys, that is the end of this video. I hope that it was helpful. I feel like I talked so much, but I felt this one, you know, like I felt like I had a lot to say. So I hope that this video helped. I hope you guys liked it. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe, and I'll be back with something new next time. Bye!